You're watching the Unity Sessions with your host J.Walker of TLD, joined today by Raynelah Osborne, a renowned up-and-coming gospel artist. How you doing, Raynelah?
Not too bad, thank you, Junior.
Yeah, how'd you go? We go by Raynelah Osborne or Ray? How are we doing it today?
You can say Raynelah Osborne. I suppose that's the title on the track, so it might be a bit more.
Raynelah Osborne. So, in terms of your gospel journey, talk us through kind of when you started in terms of where you are now.
Yeah, I started by applying to do an album, collaboration album, with Fallen, which is now a new single. From then, I've done a few other tracks. Also, Once Upon a Time, which is already out. And yeah, I think it basically started with the gospel album, really. I was a Christian, and it kind of piqued my interest in doing gospel. I have to admit, I never really. Sounds strange. Never really thought about doing gospel music previously.
Yeah, that's funny. I never knew that.
Yeah. Actually, I'd actually always enjoyed listening and singing along to gospel tracks. But yeah, I never really thought. But I think I was at a place in my life as well where I thought, I can really relate to it more now. I was sort of more born again Christian as well. So maybe earlier on I wasn't really in that place to sing about God and to feel that way as I do now. But yeah.
It's pretty cool. I think one of the fun things about kind of music and working with you as well is just the kind of diversity to the sound. Like, I think there's certain artists and certain albums that I don't need to press play to know how it's going to sound. I know there'll be a church organ. I know there'll be like a big backing vocal section and stuff. I know there'll be that electric bass. But I think a Raynelah Osborne track, you never know exactly what you're going to get. Like, in terms of your musical tastes, like, what kind of inspires you musically?
I think that kind of comes across a very varied inspiration. When I was younger, I used to listen to a lot of Bob Marley. My dad's a very big Bob Marley fan. He used to play it all the time. And I think some of what he used to sing about, he would sing about God, he would sing about the world. And I think some of that influenced a little bit of my style, how I write. Even though I haven't done that many kind of reggae style tracks, I think sometimes the ethos of what you're trying to get across, obviously like soul, gospel. I do partial for my pop music as well. So yeah, I have got a very varied taste. So sometimes a track that's how can I say, it touches you, and you can really relate to it. And obviously there are artists, gospel as well as non-gospel, do very spiritual, uplifting songs. So yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it's pretty cool as well. I think the vocal, like when I first heard your vocals, I never really heard anything quite like it. I was trying to like dig, and I think like a Desiree or Lighthouse Families maybe it's close, because I don't really hear anyone with that style anymore. I know there's a couple. It's funny because when we say soul now, in terms of the charts and such, people like Adele and Sam Smith and such come to mind.
Very big at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, and I think kind of your soul element is kind of a more, is it wrong to say authentic? authentic, in terms of the roots of the genre.
Yeah.
It's something I think this has been a pleasure to be able to hear, listen to and be around. In terms of your career thus far and the journey, a lot of your material and your work has been quite politically based or politically rooted. Why is that?
Well, funnily enough, politics has always been a passion of mine, even when I was a little girl. So it's not really a new thing, but what is new is me actually putting it to song.
Okay.
So I've never really actually expressed, funny enough, my political views before, but I think we're at a time in the world where things feel a little bit turbulent than normal, and it just felt right to do it now. Yeah.
And so do you feel a responsibility?
I feel a responsibility, yeah. Like I love, obviously, my first love is God and singing about Him, but also applying what I was taught into my songs as well. And obviously God was talking about the world and Jesus and how we can improve the world. And I guess that I'm thinking, well, there are a lot of songs about other subjects, as we know. And I think, well, why can't we sing about other things about life? Yeah, it's not just about relationships and etc. We kind of know that. What about other aspects? Our life is so varied. We need more input.
Yeah. Because I picked up, I think by being across your Facebook timeline and such, there's always like constant kind of struggles and things going on. Yeah, what are the things that kind of jump out at you that you'd like to address?
There's so many, but I think definitely currently at the moment, I know the refugee crisis is quite high on the agenda. Prejudices.
Fun fact for you, because I seen the other day, the Syrian crisis, I think because of the news coverage and kind of what I was hearing from countries, I kind of felt that it was taking precedence. But when I've seen figures, it's like less than 1% of the world aid budget is actually going towards Syrians. So although it might be getting a lot of coverage, it doesn't seem to be actually that much. It's physically being done about it. Yeah, which is kind of crazy or not. In terms of the church, do you feel the church itself should be involved in politics? Do you think there's a place on a Sunday for the pastor, preacher to speak about political issues to congregations?
I think in a way some churches do. They don't sort of like, they may kind of tap on the subject about helping the less fortunate, like with the refugee crisis, and helping people who are having social problems. And obviously they're not politicians, so they don't have that sort of like countrywide influence. But I think, we do touch on it, making us kind of aware. Sometimes I think it'd be nice if they did it a little bit more, but sort of incorporate Christianity in that respect. Mm-hmm. Like with Jesus, like there was a lot of political issues when he was going on with the Romans and that influence during his time. So, I think there's always room, but I think they do a little bit.
I think it's kind of trickled down in a weird way, because I was thinking about this earlier, and I think a lot of the time when politics were mentioned to Jesus, it was done so not to try and get him killed.
That as well.
So because of that, I think he kind of swiveled out the topic a lot of the time. Hey, should we pay our taxes? Give unto Caesar what's to Caesar. Stop messing around, Like it was like that kind of vibe and that kind of thing. So I think because of that, I think churches have been a bit cautious or mindful of politics.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have like the Christian People's Party and such and things like that. Would you ever vote for the Christian People's Party? What would they need to do to get your vote?
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I wouldn't say I wouldn't vote for them. I think if I could take time, listen to their policies, and obviously the Christian background is definitely a strong factor, then yeah. Do
you think because this is, I think, I've spoken to Christians and they like the idea of a Christian leader, but they don't actually want a Christian leader in terms of the tough calls that that leaders have to make.
Should we go to war? And
that's the big one. I think is war and such. As well as if you're going into that field, you're going to need the atheist vote largely. You're going to need some of them at least. What's your view on a Christian leader going to war? I know it's a big topic. But
wow. I think it kind of goes against the teachings, doesn't it? If a leader was to say yes, we should. It's a very tricky one, and I don't know if it's an answer in one day, but it is a tricky one. It is a tricky one. I mean, because obviously murder and.
I think people analyse the scripture in terms of the Hebrew and say that the translation has been "thou shalt not kill," whereas the original meaning was "thou shalt not murder." So people differentiate there to say, killing and murder is being separate, but it's still, I guess, quite a technical issue. I'd love to hear what people have to say, or people have to think about that one.
It's a tough call to make, because obviously we do have a fake situation now in Korea, so it's.
will be interesting.
It will
So,
be
in terms of where you're going with it, and music and these messages, what do we have to look forward to in terms of future projects and such?
Definitely future projects, definitely along with similar lines. I've got some new material that I've written already.
Nice.
And it won't all be sort of political. I like to touch on like personal struggles, which I kind of touched on with Fallen as well, which I think people's day-to-day lives we can all relate to, and finding faith with God helping us through that.
Was that a true story, by the way?
What with Fallen?
Yeah, to what extent?
Yeah, I'll say there's always a truth. Yeah, there's always a truth behind every situation that I write about, whether it's happened to me or somebody I know. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. It's an epic song, by the way. I might have to put the link in this description as well for people to check it out.
Please do.
Yeah. And where can people find you?
They can find me on Facebook. I have my Facebook page there under Raynelah Osborne. They can find me on Instagram, maybe not so much, under Our World Raynelah.
It's got things to do, people.
But heavily on Facebook and obviously on YouTube. If you like my music, please like and subscribe. All new tracks normally you'll find on there. And yeah.
Nice. Alright, so look forward to hearing more from you as well. You've been watching the Unity Sessions with J.Walker of TLD, Raynelah Osborne, the Unity Sessions where gospel lives. See you soon.
God bless.